President Biden is now offering eligible Americans a new stimulus benefit. And the IRS says there are a couple of reasons why you may not want to receive a fourth stimulus check. So folks, do you support the fourth stimulus check of $1,000 a month? If you do, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Now, Democrats are hurtling toward their most consequential stretch of legislating, with major decisions left unmade as they wrangle over the size and scope of President Biden's sweeping domestic agenda. July and August will render a decisive verdict on Democrats' so-called two-track strategy of enacting President Biden's jobs and families plan via twin bills. One with GOP support focused on physical infrastructure, and the other on a partisan spending plan, centered on fighting climate change, increasing child care, and raising taxes on corporations and the wealthy.
Mr. President, the average Social Security benefit today is just $14,000 a year.
Work on both items nearing a climax, with senators in both parties drafting a centrist bill for a July Senate vote. In the Senate, 3 Democrats haggling over how big to go in their own party line endeavor. Senate House moderates are urging party leaders to focus squarely on the bipartisan bill, while many liberals remain skeptical that it will happen at all. House Speaker Pelosi has even threatened to sideline it without an accompanying Democratic package. A failed bipartisan result would force Democrats to write one huge spending bill, marrying all their priorities.
Dana Duggins with AFGE and Max Richmond with the National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare, and Robert Roach with the Alliance for Retired Americans for organizing this event, for all of you for being here.
Now, taken together, Democrats' decisions in the coming days will define what may be the largest spending bill in history, offering their best chance of reshaping the federal government for years to come. Joe Biden's party has a rare opportunity with full control over Congress and the White House. Democratic House Budget Chair John Yarmuth told reporters, "If you add 2 plans together, it will be the biggest bill in the history of the country, and there's no way it's going to be easy." After 3 months of plotting negotiations, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has laid out an aggressive timetable that envisions passage of both a budget resolution to allow a huge Democrats-only tax and spending package.
Every senator from every state has witnessed the hollowing out of the middle class over the past few decades. Globalization, technology have changed the way that Americans work and compete.
Plus a vote on a deal with Republican centrists to plow nearly $600 billion into roads, bridges, and broadband. Schumer will reiterate the timetable in a Dear Colleague letter to Democrats and warn of the possibility of working long nights and weekends to finish that work. The Majority Leader has been constantly dialing up the White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klain, as well as members in a bipartisan group and committee chairs in charge of a party line spending bill, whose work will run into the trillions of dollars. Every Democrat knows that the partisan legislation could be this year's last big chance, to which they can hitch their long-sought priorities and demand is high. Bernie Sanders wants Medicare expansion, and Senator Tammy Duckworth is pushing her colleagues on childcare spending. A whole slate of progressives want a major climate focus, and there will be restraints on spending from moderates and from the Senate parliamentarian, and what can pass through and avoid a filibuster. Then a massive rescue package that Biden signed back in March, the same law that included $1,400 stimulus checks and monthly payments for families that start next week, is now offering free health insurance to millions of Americans through the end of 2021. If you've gotten or have been approved for unemployment benefits during 2021, you qualify to receive free healthcare coverage for the remainder of the year via healthcare.gov. The health plans in the free offer are being provided by private insurers and come with low or even no co-payments or deductibles. Given that unemployment has remained high this year, as the crisis has lingered, the field of Americans who might take advantage of the free healthcare is massive. At this moment alone, 3.34 million people are on unemployment, the government reported on Thursday. President Biden's stimulus aid bill has provided other relief to unemployed Americans, including beefed up jobless benefits through early September and a tax break on unemployment payments that has resulted in a surprise tax refunds for millions of people. Now, for those of you receiving child tax credit payments, one of the reasons you may want to opt out of the expanded child tax credit is if your income will have increased for the 2021 tax year. Right now, the IRS will use your 2019 or 2020 tax returns to determine how much money you will get. People qualify for the credit if they are a single filer and make $75,000, or a married filer making $150,000. For people with incomes above these levels, tax credit will be phased out. Now folks, that is all the news in this video, and if you guys found this video useful and helpful, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let us mark this day, Thursday, July 15th, 2021, as the day the American family got so much stronger. Today, the expanded child tax credit is here. Today, for families all over our country, for children all over our country, help is here. It is a good day, America. And I'll tell you, my mother, she worked hard at being a mother. Whether it was waking up at the crack of dawn to pack our lunches and get us ready for school, or whether after we went to bed, sitting at our kitchen table and trying to just figure out how to make it all work. And I know it wasn't easy, even though she never said that. My family's story is not all that remarkable. It is the story of the American family. Parents who will do anything for their children. Parents who work so hard every day. Parents who deserve their government and their leaders to really see them, to really understand them as they juggle all their responsibilities every month. Every month, the rent becomes due. Every month, the child care provider needs a check that could take half an income. Every month, American families need to buy groceries and gas to pay for rent or homeowners insurance, utilities, and car loans. And even if they have enough to make ends meet, it is often just barely enough. One unexpected expense could mean the difference between taking on more debt or losing it all. In the wealthiest nation in the world, it should not be this way. And the president and I, well, we both believe that. So when we took office, we set out to provide American families with some relief. And that is exactly what we are doing. And I want to thank those members of Congress who led and voted to expand the child tax credit. The president will detail the expansion, but let me underscore one important piece. This tax cut will be issued in monthly payments. This has never happened before. And America, yes, it is a big deal. I have been fighting for months and for quite some time, even when I was in the Senate, for monthly payments.